In Pro Football Weekly's 2012 NFL Preview magazine, senior editor Mike Wilkening ranked the running backs in the NFL, and he put Arian Foster #1. But the best running back in the league doesn't always lead the league in rushing and take home the rushing title. So our game time decision question this week, who will lead the league in rushing in 2012? Mike, you going to stick with Arian Foster?
I am. 1,224 yards in 13 games last year, missed 3 games. If you look at this Houston team, they're committed to running the football. They're the clear favorites in that division. And Arian Foster, quite frankly, was one of the best players in the playoffs last year. He led the NFL in rushing in just 2 playoff games. To me, this is an elite playmaker at a key position. He's my pick to win the rushing.
I stayed in the AFC South, which is really the running back division of the NFL, and I'm going to go with Maurice Jones-Drew of the Jaguars. I think he's going to go back-to-back NFL rushing titles. And I don't think that's a cop-out because you don't see that very much these days. I believe the last one was LaDainian Tomlinson. Jones-Drew, with everyone packed in the box against him, the worst passing offense in the NFL in Jacksonville, he still led the league in rushing by a wide margin. And this year, you got to imagine that Jaguars offense is going to throw the ball better with Mike Mularkey in there. Another year for Blaine Gabbert. You get Justin Blackmon, Laurent Robinson, open things up, and I think that opens things up for MJD. He's looking for a little more respect, looking for maybe a bigger contract. I say he does it again, and the big thing about MJD, he doesn't have that Ben Tate there, and that's why I like him.
Right, and when you look at who might win the rushing title, you're looking at volume of opportunities. So when you look at maybe a couple sleepers for that rushing title, that's why I like Ryan Mathews. You look at Mike Tolbert, he's gone, no longer in San Diego. He's someone, to me, Ryan Mathews, who could not only take that leap forward in terms of talent this year, because he's clearly flashed that ability in 2 years, but he's also maybe going to get more opportunities. So I think you seized up on a very key point with Maurice Jones-Drew. He was only one of 2 backs last year with more than 300 carries, so you know he's going to get the requisite touches to be a factor in this race.
Yeah, I think Ryan Mathews is a lot of people's sleepers. I think the big question about him, the fumbles,
right,
and can he handle that workload and not get hurt? So there's a lot of questions about him. But speaking of guys who, a big question mark, big sleeper in this same division, Darren McFadden.
Right.
How about that? How about Darren McFadden leading the league in rushing 2012? We've seen what he can do. He touches the ball. He can go to daylight at any moment. No Michael Butch anymore in Oakland. He gets his full season to recover. He has Carson Palmer there at quarterback. I'd like to see if Darren McFadden can play in 16 games and run the ball with that per touch carries that he has. I think he could really make a run for the rushing league title.
Right, again, volume of opportunities, skill, all of those things, he brings that all to the table. But again, the million-dollar question is, can he stay healthy? We've been waiting for 16 games from him. If we see that, could we see a guy that not only wins the rushing title, but maybe kind of knocks on the door of one of those true special seasons, 17, 1,800 yards? He's had that type of ability. He's shown it before. So obviously, everybody's waiting to see if he can have that breakout year.
And there's one other name I'll throw out there, Chris Johnson from the Tennessee Titans, the last player to rush for over 2,000 yards. Maybe he comes back, has Javon Ringer there, gets a good offseason, and maybe he lives up to his expectations. We'll have to wait and see. Well, those are our picks, but we want to know who you think will lead the league in rushing 2012. Leave us your answers in the comments or tweet at us at Pro Football Weekly.